All right, so I'm gonna take you guys through a full workout today. So this is one out of my 2 full body workouts for the week. This is a page straight out of the Herculean bulking program. So this is one of the workout routines from the program, and it's super simple, super effective. You guys should definitely give it a shot. So I'm kicking things off with the king of all exercises, the barbell back squat. So I'm going for 330 pounds for my top set. I got 5 reps here, so I fell just short of the rep range that I was hoping for. So we're doing this polarity training style, which is also known as 1 top set followed by 1 back off set. So 1 top set in the 6 to 8 rep range, and then you rest 3 to 5 minutes, drop the weight 15 to 20% and go for 10 to 12. So this is a very simple, very effective and intense way to train, and I just use it for the big compound lifts. So I do this for my squat, my bench press, and my chin up, which are the key exercises in this routine. So that was a good set, and then I dropped the weight down to 265 and I got 12 reps here. So I always talk about this, but really the key to building a great natural physique, and whether you're training 2 times per week, whether you're training 3 times per week, the bottom line of drug-free physique building is that you need to have a handful of big major compound exercises in your training program that you are consistently striving to master and get as strong as possible at. The bottom line of drug-free physique building is progressive poundages and focus. So the key exercises in this routine, as I said, it's going to be the barbell back squat, the bench press, and the weighted chin up. And in my other workout, my second workout of the week, it's going to be the overhead press, the standing press, the Romanian deadlift, and rows. So as you guys can see, there's always a handful of big major compound exercises as the base of my routine that I'm just striving to get strong at, to master, okay, as good as possible at in a medium rep range and in good form. And that's how you build a great natural physique. Everything else is a dilution of focus. That is the primary principle. And when you are training hard, as you guys can see, pushing things really fucking hard, you cannot do very much. If you're gonna be in the gym 4+ days a week, you're not gonna have enough recovery, you're not gonna be able to produce progressive poundages, which is of the utmost importance when you're a natural lifter. You need to be able to produce progressive poundages. You need to be able to be recovered enough to train hard enough in your training sessions to stimulate adaptation. And that's why less is more when you are drug-free. So I went into some bench press here, and this set was actually pretty shit because I hit the safety. It was 1 notch higher than it should have been, so I got 245 for 5 reps. Should have gone 6. I actually went down a bit in strength. Last week I got 6, this time I got 5, but it was because of the safety. So I dropped it for this set, dropped the safeties down 1 more so I didn't knock it, and I went down to 210, and I actually hit a little bit of a personal record here. So my last workout I got 10 reps with 210 pounds. In this workout, I got 210 for 11. So it was actually a pretty damn good set, man. And so that's really the key to building a great natural physique. It's in stringing together progressive workouts, and it's in adding a little bit here, adding a rep there, adding some weight here, getting 1 to 2% better every week. It's not about doing a lot. It's not about living in the gym. It's about seeing that rate of improvement each week. And if you're in the gym all the time, you'll never see that rate of improvement because you won't be recovered enough to produce the progressive overload. So then I went into some weighted chin-ups here, which I got 90 pounds for 6 reps, and I'm doing a neutral grip here, which I like. I prefer the supinated grip, to be honest. I find I'm strongest and that builds the most muscle. Works the greatest total muscle mass out of all the chin-up training variations, but it's nice to mix it up once in a while with the grips. Every 2 to 3 months, I like to mix it up because it helps with like elbow tendonitis. If you're just staying with the same grip for too long, you're gonna irritate your elbows. You might get some forearm irritation, some tendonitis, so it's good to switch up the grips. So same thing, I went for a top set, I got 6 reps, and then I dropped the weight down to 45 pounds attached, and I got 10 reps. So super simple and super effective. And yes, for the squat, for the bench press, and for the weighted chin up, I'm doing warm-up sets. So usually just 2 to 3 warm-up sets for upper body lifts and 3 to 4 for lower body compound lifts like squats and deadlifts. And so now I'm going into the isolation exercises. And so this is just the icing on top of the cake, man. This is the detail work, the substance work, the stuff that's really going to build your physique is those first few exercises of the workout. It's the squat, it's the bench press, it's the weighted chin up. This stuff's just the icing on top of the cake. If I couldn't do these isolation exercises for whatever reason, I would not lose any sleep over it. I wouldn't fucking stress because they're not that important, man. So a lot of guys do isolation work to their detriment, and they take away from the focus and recuperative ability that could be put into gaining strength on the big compound lifts, the mass builders, the substance builders. And that's a big mistake a lot of guys make. You cannot fall for that, man. So like, for example, one of the first things I would do if my bench press, for example, was stalling, one of the first things I would do is probably take out the tricep work. I would probably take away all isolation work that would take away from my focus, my recuperative ability that could be put into getting stronger at the bench press, because the bench press is what's going to build the meat, it's going to build the substance, This stuff is just to kind of support getting a little bit more work in for the muscle groups that don't get hit quite as hard from the compound lifts, that might need a little bit of extra work. And that's all isolation work is really for. You shouldn't stress about it. The focus, the recuperative ability should be put into the big mass builders, the big compound lifts, and getting strong at them. So I did also some neck work. I love doing neck work, man. Having a thick neck is so fucking important. You could have a big upper body, big chest, big shoulders, big arms, but if you do not have any size in like the trap and neck area, you kind of look like a wuss, man. Like you don't have that same masculine appearance. You don't have that same presence. You need that neck thickness, especially when you're cutting, because I'm cutting right now, guys. And one of the first muscle groups I've found that loses size is the neck. The neck gets skinny when you're cutting. So it's important to keep the neck work in, especially when you're cutting. But I love doing neck work. I never take neck work out of my routine. Super, super key. So I also did obviously some tricep work. I went into some calf raises after this as well. So that's really it for this workout, guys. You know, it's super simple, but super effective because I'm training with max focus, max intensity. I'm working really hard on my sets. I'm squeezing out every possible rep that I can in good form. And when you're training like that, when you're training really hard, focus on gaining strength, producing progressive poundages, you cannot be in the gym very much, man. You can train long or you can train hard. You cannot do both. And training harder is better than training longer because it's going to be more conducive for recovery. You're going to be able to be recovered enough to set foot in the gym, hit personal records consistently. If you're gonna try and train long, you're gonna fatigue yourself, you're gonna overtrain, you're gonna end up going through the motions and not being able to train hard enough to actually stimulate growth. That's why high volume training is bullshit for naturals. One of two things happens. You're either gonna overtrain yourself or you're going to end up going through the motions, not able to train hard enough to actually stimulate any adaptations in the way of muscle and strength. So effort over quantity always, but you have to make sure that you are actually working hard in the gym. Most people are not working hard. That's the common theme amongst people who do not see results from their weight training. They're not training hard. They don't know what hard work is. Most people's idea of failure is like 3 to 5 reps shy of it. So you can't be doing that bullshit. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Make sure to pick up my free 13-point natural muscle building checklist. If you guys want the full system to help you pack on 16 to 18 pounds of muscle over the next 9 months, develop incredible strength, and really build and master your physique naturally without living in the gym, without sacrificing your life, then you got to check out the Herculean Bulking Program. I've been getting amazing feedback on it. It's literally everything I've uncovered about building your physique as a natural lifter. There's a full training program, full nutrition protocol. Literally everything I know is in this program. So make sure you guys check that out and get your hands on it, and I'll see you on the inside. Talk soon.